are off and we are running, and it's a great start through the centre and on that pole position. Charles French out ahead. He starts first, he leads first, he comes through and he forces Crockett wide. Great bit of driving there, aggressive driving from Charles French, forces Crockett as wide as he could, and that has allowed a few of the other drivers to start forcing their way as Pat Duran gets a bit twitchy under the brakes, and he's got Vincent Bristow just ahead of him. Vincent Bristow has been around this track quite a lot of times here so far today. Alan Tapp's his P3. P4 is Ray Morgan. There's Pat Duran trying to make a little lunge up the inside of Vince Bristow, but can't quite get it done. And Pat Duran forced himself off earlier on with a spin. He won't want to do that again as Bristow goes extremely wide, but Duran can't quite get it done. No joker, 5 laps here in this final. The race leader is Charles French. Second place is Alan Crockett. In the championship, we know just how close it is between these two. Alan Crockett leads the championship on 40 points. Charles French is in P2 on 34 points. Only 6 points separate those two. But the opposite way round, with Charles French leading but second in the championship at this very early stage. In P3, Alan Tapscott. P4, it's still Ray Morgan. And then you can see Pat Duran trying once again on Vince Bristow just to force the issue. But Bristow is wise to it as they continue round once again. And once again, timing screen's not working, so I'm having to do this one entirely by feel. But I tell you what, Charles French has got the edge, hasn't he? He's got the edge over Alan Crockett, and Alan Tapscott there just trying to keep himself away from these battling three, because you get an idea if one of these got loose, it could be quite a torrid time for our third place driver. Charles French leads the way. Alan Crockett P2, Alan Tapscott 3, Ray Morgan 4, Bristow 5, Duran 6, Steve Cousins 7, Stuart Emery is in P8. But all over the back of Morgan now is Vince Bristow. He's earned some calories this afternoon, hasn't he? Have a nice big dinner, that's for sure. 779, that is Alan Crockett. That's Alan Crockett's Opel Kadett GTE. The gap is about 1.2 seconds between him and Charles French. Look at Vince Bristow down there in P5. P1 and P2 now. This is the battle for first place, and French seems to have the edge. There's the Kadett though closing up on braking, and the Escort Mark II can't scurry away, can't get anything. The Kadett is a lot bigger, isn't it? You get to see the dimensions of it, much harder to find a way through. This looks like it's much bigger. In fact, they're probably about the same size. It just seems to have a bit more presence on the rear haunches. It's pretty much the same car though, really, isn't it? The Opel Kadett and the Escort Mark II. That'll probably upset a few people, but it is pretty much the same car. Great bit of driving, great launching through from Crockett, gets his foot planted. Two just still fighting it through. No jokers, remember, 5 laps in this final here. Oh, and a bit wide there from Crockett. He lost a bit of ground. He's a bit all over the place, isn't he? Lost his way. He needs to get his focus. He needs to get his head back in the game. But there you go, over the line. French and Crockett. Tapscott. Morgan, Bristow, Pat Duran. And they are all done. There is the results. French took it. Crockett in second place. Tapscott third. Fourth Morgan. And fifth is Bristow. Apologies for the graphics. Apologies there for not being able to see some of those. It was down to the fact that the time screens were not working. But there is the result for you. French, Crockett, Tapscott, Morgan, Bristow, Pat Duran, Steve Cousins and Stuart Emery rounding out the 8 in the final podiums for French, Crockett and Tapscott. The championship is certainly livening up.